I had always believed my marriage with Sara was strong. We had shared 10 years together, raised 2 children, and built a life that I thought was secure and filled with love. I worked long hours to provide for the family, often sacrificing personal time and sleep. I trusted her completely and never imagined betrayal could be so close. Everything began to unravel one ordinary afternoon. Sara had started acting strangely. She was distant, secretive with her phone, and increasingly defensive when I asked about her day. Initially, I dismissed it as stress or fatigue, but the growing tension in the household could not be ignored. One evening, she dropped a bombshell. Calmly, as though discussing the weather, she said, "My new boyfriend will get me pregnant. You'll be the dad." I froze. Her words were deliberate, meant to shock and assert control. She smiled, expecting a reaction, but I remained quiet. My mind racing. Betrayal cut deep. The woman I had trusted for years was not only unfaithful, but planning to manipulate the situation to force me into a role I had never agreed to. I realized then that this was no longer just about infidelity. It was a calculated attempt to humiliate me and disrupt my family. I began to observe her closely, documenting everything: messages, calls, and secret meetings. I recorded conversations where she and her lover discussed plans to deceive me, manipulate our children, and secure financial and emotional advantage. I also collected proof of her lies and manipulations from friends and neighbors. I consulted a lawyer to ensure I could act decisively. Strategy, not anger, would be my weapon. I ordered DNA tests in advance, anticipating any attempt to manipulate the situation regarding paternity. Every piece of evidence I collected became a safeguard against her schemes. I was determined not only to protect myself, but also to shield my children from her calculated deceit. Then came the moment of confrontation. I invited Sara to discuss family matters and calmly laid out all the evidence I had gathered. Her face went pale as I presented messages, photos, call logs, and recordings. She stammered, trying to deny her actions, but I revealed the DNA. Test plans as well, making it clear that any attempt to deceive me would be futile. I told her, "You have manipulated and betrayed me for years. It ends today." Her lover, who had been involved in the planning, was indirectly exposed through the evidence, leaving them both without recourse. The following days, I filed for divorce, full custody of our children, and all shared assets. Sara attempted to negotiate, claiming she wanted reconciliation, but her manipulation was fully documented. The court proceedings confirmed my legal dominance. The judge granted full custody, financial security, and control of the house and business, to me leaving Sara with nothing. Her plans to humiliate me and manipulate the family were completely destroyed. Months later, I rebuilt the household and life for my children. I explained the importance of honesty, integrity, and resilience. We worked together to restore stability and trust, free from deception and betrayal. Sara occasionally tried to contact me, claiming regret and asking for reconciliation, but I refused. Her choices had consequences, and justice had been served without violence, through strategy, evidence, and decisive action. The revenge was brutal not in physical confrontation, but in exposure, accountability, and reclaiming control. Sara's manipulation, her infidelity, and her attempts to undermine my family were fully revealed. She had assumed she could humiliate me and coerce me into complicity, but the truth had its own power. Today, my children and I thrive. The experience taught me vigilance, strategic thinking, and the value of calm decisiveness in the face of betrayal.